Just a little nugget of information. I don't know why I feel like you should know this, but you should. Mr. Jonathan Ross had been telling his neighbors that he was a botanist. Out of all the cover stories for your job, if you didn't want to tell people you were an ICE agent, which, if this is such a noble profession, why hide that? But I digress. Told him he was a botanist. Wow. But you see the headline. You know how this goes. Let's get into it. Less than 2 days after Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent Jonathan Ross fatally shot Renee Good in Minneapolis during a controversial enforcement operation, the Department of Homeland Security's official Instagram account made a recruitment post proclaiming, "We'll have our own home again," attaching a song of the same name by Pine Tree Riot. Popularized in neo Nazi spaces, the track features lines about reclaiming our home by blood or sweat, language often used in white nationalist calls for race war. The post is part of a growing trend in which the federal government openly embraces the visual language of white supremacy in pop culture cited in instances of racial violence. But y'all keep getting into the comment sections of black people saying that we're the ones causing the divide. Okay. Over the past year, DHS and its component agencies leaned on mainstream pop music in their social media outreach, pairing enforcement footage with recognizable songs. The approach backfired repeatedly, and the department now appears to be leaning on niche, neo Nazi beloved music. I wonder why. Couldn't be that they dusted off that old handbook that they lent out to a failed artist who convinced people that the supreme race was blonde haired, blue eyed, while he was brown eyed, brown haired. Couldn't be. Could it? There was a sense of plausible deniability before, said Alice Marwick, Director of Research at Data in Society. Anti immigrant backers of Trump's Make America Great Again movement have long been known to spread extremist language in media, but in the past, those dog whistles were being done by supporters, she said. Now they're being done directly by the administration. The Department of Homeland Security did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Lyrics from "We'll Have Our Home Again" opened the manifesto of Ryan Christopher Palmetto, a 21-year-old white supremacist who entered a Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida in 2023 and killed 3 black people. Palmetto's 27-page document echoed the writings of other mass killers, including Brenton Tarrant, according to the Anti-Defamation League. Tarrant, who murdered 51 Muslim worshippers in Christian Church, New Zealand in 2019, had praised the former white ethno-state of Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe, and framed his attack as part of a broader racial struggle. Many recent attackers have been shaped by online extremist culture, Marwick pointed out. These are young men who were embedded in online communities where memes and songs and books and slogans became part of the cultural fabric, she said. Well, that's what happens when you remove heritage and culture from somebody to put them into the void of whiteness. They seek out something to be connected to. The decision to pair official recruitment messaging with music so closely tied to extremist identity politics just days after one of its agents fatally shot a civilian raises questions the department's cultural awareness and judgment and basic judgment. Brian Hansberry, a social media commentator who tracks far-right activity and posts through his Substack, Public Enlightenment, said the timing of the post stood out as particularly jarring. In online extremist spaces, he said, such juxtapositions are often read not as mistakes, but as signals.